Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know this is a very informal like setup. I'm in my car, and it's just been really on my heart that I wanted to talk about test anxiety and anxiety in nursing school in general, and how I was able to navigate nursing school while having anxiety. And this is something that I've been wanting to like film about, film about and put on YouTube, but I just never got to it. And it was more so one of those things where it's just like I just kept pushing YouTube to the back, and I had this whole like spiritual awakening, and I was just like, you know what, if I don't just do it, then I'm never gonna do it. So I wanted to use my camera, but my little camera decided to die midway, and I'm just like, you know what, that's just an excuse for me to prolong it again. So I'm just gonna whip out my phone and record. So that's what we're doing now. If this is too informal for you, sorry, but we're gonna call this Toast and Talks. That's what we're gonna call this. But this is about anxiety in nursing school. So just straight off the bat, I have anxiety. I have suffered from depression. I have not seen a psychologist or psychiatrist. And because I am in the process of finding a therapist, I'm being very transparent right now, because people think that a lot of us, we are all on social media, and we see only the good things about people. We only see the glorious parts about our lives, us traveling and relationships and this and that, and that's okay. But nobody really comes on here and talk about how they're hurting or what they're going through or the bad part about life. So it just seems like everybody fake. We all fake on here, you know what I'm saying? But I decided to be transparent because there's probably one or two of y'all, even if it's just one of y'all, that has anxiety or isn't depression, or have probably both. Like, I've been through that, and it was something that I had to deal with in nursing school, and it's something that I had to deal with up to today. Like, it was not even until this month that I've really been able to grab my life back and say, I got this. Like, anxiety is not going to be or get the best of me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I am in the process of trying to get a therapist. I tried using online resources like Talkspace, but it just wasn't for me. I was cheap, and I did the what do you call it? It was the program where they can text you. I can text back and forth, but I guess at that point I needed somebody that I need to physically see. So texting for me, it didn't work out for me. I didn't like it at all. So nonetheless, this is about nursing school. If y'all do want another video about how I overcame anxiety these past couple of months, like this video, comment, tell me. Let's create a little dialogue. Let's talk about it. Mental illness is something that I feel that, first of all, I'm an advocate for, and I feel like mental illness is something that is now becoming more popular. People are becoming more aware about the topic, but let's just add to it. Let's keep the dialogue moving. Let's keep it going, and we'll go from there. But this is about my anxieties in nursing school. Like I said, I've always, probably didn't say it, but I've always had anxiety. Anxiety has always, for as long as I can remember, I was always worrying. I was always fearful. I was always scared that something bad was going to happen. Like, I was always like that, but I never knew why, like what it was. I was young. I was just like, dang, like something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. Like, I just know something bad's going to happen. That was just me growing up until I got into college and understood that, okay, girl, you got anxiety. Like, but being Nigerian, now the Nigerian community, is kind of becoming more, people are becoming more aware. Like, okay, anxiety, mental illness is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that needs to be pushed under the rug anymore, or a taboo, or you need to go to church and pray. Let the pastor give you holy water, you drink it, you anoint your bedroom, you anoint your body. No, it's not just about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not necessarily just like, oh, you can pray it away. I'm not saying that prayer is not an option, or it's not something that, you know, should be done. Yes, but just like you have a broken leg, or just like you have some type of disease, you go to the doctor and you get medication, or you go, you know, go get treated, or you go get consulted. Y'all, I promise I graduated from, I have a degree, but sometimes, you know, sometimes my words kind of, anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. Like, you got to get treated. No matter what it is, mentally, physically, you have to get treated, right? So I didn't get all that in nursing school. Like, I didn't have that confidence or that courage to go to my parents and say, hey, I have excuse me, I have anxiety, or this is what's going on with me, and I don't know why I'm crying all the time. Like, I don't know why I get fearful and I'm busting out into tears and people look at me like I'm crazy. I don't know why. You know, I didn't have that courage because my family, like, that's just not something we talked about. Like, honestly and truthfully, like, it just wasn't. So in college, when I had my psychology classes or whatever the case may be, and I finally paid attention and was like, okay, I probably have anxiety. I didn't seek help. I didn't think I needed to seek help. I think it was one of those things where I was mentally conditioned to not seek help, like, you'll get past it or something like that. I don't know. I just didn't think to seek help. It just wasn't something that I thought it was necessary, right? Then, so first of all, I'm sitting in my car and I'm parked. I'm sitting here. Let me get comfortable. So, yeah. So I remember going to one of my best friends, like, man, I'm tripping. Like, we were just trying to go home. We were in Kingsville at that time, and we were just trying to go home, but I had so much anxiety, and I just remember, like, can you just pray for me, because I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting here having a whole entire panic attack, and I didn't know that this is part of my anxiety this whole entire time. And I entered into nursing school like that. So if you've been following my channel, you know that I failed a class in nursing school. I failed nursing fundamentals, right? So you know that I'm sitting here struggling. I'm walking on eggshells. So my anxiety is on 10. And you're probably watching this and you're just like, man, I have anxiety too. Like, I have test anxiety. Every time I take a quiz or a test, like, my hands get clammy, my armpits get clammy, my booty cheeks get clammy too. Like, listen, that be the symptoms sometimes. Your booty cheeks just be wet. It gets a little sweaty down there. Like, I'm just saying, like, let's be real, right? So I was walking on eggshells in nursing school, and it was so rough for me because I never asked for help. I never, like, tried to see some type of therapist or guidance counselor or anybody. The most I would do is, like, kind of like vent to my friends and talk to my friends. But sometimes that's not enough. You know, not to say that my friends are not good enough, but they're not experts. You know what I mean? They're not people that study mental illness and study psychology and so on and so forth. So yeah, man, I just think about it. I'm just like, I wish I would have, but it's okay. We're here now. We're better. So a few things that helped me navigate through nursing school was failing one class and knowing that I had only one more chance, and if I failed, I was out of nursing school. A few things that helped me, that carried me along the way, was, if I could just tell you now, seek help. Forget a therapist. Your school has probably XYZ amount, like a bunch of resources that can, you know, help you through your journey, especially if you have anxiety and depression. First and foremost, those are real things. It's not fake. It's not something that's made up. People have it. I have it. Find out if you can get a counselor or a therapist. You know, it might be free, you know, it might be at a low rate, especially being a student at your university or whatever. It might be free or discounted. You know, there's a bunch of online resources that you can use. There's a bunch of YouTube resources, like people on YouTube that talk about it, that can help you get through. Like, it's a bunch of things in this 2019 that you can actually utilize and be okay, and not just be in your anxiety and just trying to make it day by day, which I did. So that's just number one. If you have the opportunity and you're capable of getting your hands on a therapist or somebody, a guidance counselor, or somebody that can, help you through this, do it. Number two, remain optimistic. You know what I'm saying? One thing about anxiety, I know that I always was doubtful and fearful and crying and, oh, this is going to happen. I'm a Christian. I am a believer of, I feel like I have a very good relationship with God. If whatever you speak you can either speak life or you can speak death. That's just what it is. And there's always power in your tongue. There's always has been power in your tongue. Like, that's just what it is. So I'm a firm believer in what you put out is what will become your energy. What will become your reality. So what energy you put out into the atmosphere and into the universe is what will become reality to you. What you think sometimes can be what you think consciously and subconsciously. That energy is what you're putting out into the universe, and it can become reality. I am a firm believer because it has happened to me several times, negative and positive. You know what I mean? And it's not now until now that I'm realizing, dang, like I was low-key torturing myself back then. I wish I would have known now. I wish what I know now I would have known then, and maybe my journey would have been a little bit smoother. So always be optimistic. Tell yourself, hey, I can do this. Even though I failed this test, I got 3 more tests coming up. I'm a bust to work my butt off. I got this. I can pass this. These other people don't have. I used to tell myself, these people don't have 2 heads or 2 brains. We all got into nursing school. I might need to work a little harder in some areas, but listen, I can do this. I'm here for a reason. God got me here for a reason, and he's going to make sure I get through this. That's literally how I talk to myself every single day. In addition to that, when I first failed, I wrote on my mirror in my bathroom, in my apartment. I said, listen, it was along the lines of Tosin, and I wrote my full name. You will pass your classes. You will pass nursing school. You will graduate with your bachelor's in nursing school. And I put whatever XYZ days I have left, and I read that every single day with the Bible scripture. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Like, as long as you focus and you have the determination and you put in the work, you are capable. And it came to pass. I am not the smartest person in the world. Listen, I'm gonna be real. In college, I was a C's get degrees type of girl, or C's get degrees. I didn't care. I was very much go with the flow. I did not like to study. So I know if I can do it, honey, let me tell you something. Anybody can. I'm not trying to dumb myself down or anything like that. I'm just trying to tell you that anything is possible in life. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. So being optimistic, talking positive, and just having positive affirmations about your life, like those things work hand in hand and kind of suppressing your anxiety. Being organized, having a timetable, being organized, and get on my video, being organized and making time for things that are necessary. What's necessary? Your education. What's necessary? Your health. What's necessary? Your mental health. What's necessary? Your family and friends. Giving the allotted time to those things will keep you sane and keep your anxiety level at bay. Most importantly, taking time for yourself. In nursing school, we get caught up in studying all the time, and we neglect ourselves. Our nails ain't done. We haven't had a pedicure in so long, or we haven't went shopping or done things that made us happy because we're so consumed in this life, this nursing school life. And it's understandable, but we have to remember, like, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a 1-hour break. It's okay to go see your family. It's okay. Those things help you along the way. It kind of like balances you out. It kind of just like, okay, I studied for 4 hours, or my thing was I'll study for 2 or 3 hours and I'll take an hour break. 2-3 hours and I'll take an hour break and I'm done for the day. That method worked for me because just like I still had time for myself to kind of regroup, kind of relax my mind, not think about nursing school, and kind of just get back into that balance, So being optimistic, taking time for yourself, Those are being organized, giving a lot of time to the necessary things in your life. All that helped keep my anxiety down. Also, when it came to just my test anxiety, when I walk into the classroom, I know it's very cliche, oh, take a deep breath or whatever, breathe in and breathe out. Yes, I was breathing in and breathing out. That was me. I was like, listen, God, I'm gonna take this test, and I don't need my booty cheeks to be sweating. Like, seriously, like, I don't need all that right now. Like, I need to take this test. I need to pass this test. So I know you got me. I know I know the material. So let's do it. And that's how I literally talk to myself, y'all. And sometimes it takes that. It takes you, whipping yourself into shape. Like, hey girl, like, you're fine. You can do this. Don't let this stress you out. You know what I mean? Like, life is not meant to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? If we had perfect, how would we learn? How would life be interesting if it was so perfect? You know what I mean? How would we learn from each other if we were all so perfect? You know what I'm saying? But I just know that, like I said, if I had the opportunity then, and then I realized, like, hey, I have anxiety, and I need a therapist. I need somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? I need a psychiatrist. If I would have known that, I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? I would have took that resource and utilized it. I wish somebody would have told me, and maybe I probably wouldn't have cried as much. I probably wouldn't have, slept as much, because I didn't want to deal with reality. There was times where I literally slept for hours, because just like, if I just slept, I don't have to deal with life for that moment. That was me. It wasn't healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, anxiety can lead into depression. And this past summer, my anxiety was on a max for me, and it did lead to depression for me. And it was one day I literally woke up like, sis, you are depressed. You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to go out. You don't want to go to work. You are literally crying every second. Like, why you have wine bottles sitting on the side of your bed like you an alcoholic? Like, sis, what's going on with you? Like, I literally have the golden signs of depression. People always ask, are you okay? What's going on? Da, 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 da. I'm okay. I'm good. Just be lying, smiling, lying. And it wasn't until I woke up, I'm like, God, like, man, what is going on? Jesus, like, help me. Help me. And that's when I downloaded Talkspace, and I literally was on this whole spiritual journey of, like, understanding my mind, body, and soul. And I finally, by the grace of God, am able to understand myself, where my anxiety comes from, and battle it in a positive and in a positive way. Like, deal with my demons, like literally face my demons and not try to run from it. So if y'all want a little story time, I don't know, I don't think it's a story time, more so just me talking about that and how what I use and different things that I was able to, I don't know the word I'm trying to say. If y'all want to see how I was able to get through that, leave a comment below. We can have another video about that. But yeah, man, if you're in nursing school, hang in there. If you're in any school at all and you got anxiety, it's not the end of the world. Utilize your resources. Stay optimistic. Take time for yourself. Take time to study, take time to meditate, do what you want to do, get a pedicure, manicure, a massage, relax. Take time for all that, you know what I'm saying? And think positive. And the last thing I want to say is that if you're out there and you failed a class, failed a test, failed a quiz, I don't know, failed out of school, I don't know. You are not a failure unless, let me tell you this, you are not a failure unless you don't get up and try again. What makes you a failure is if you fail and you stay down. That's what makes you a failure. My daddy told me that, and I was just so happy when he told me that, because it made sense. It was like, I feel like a failure, but I'm going to get my ass up and I'm going to keep on trying. And that's exactly what I did. And I graduated from nursing school. I got my bachelor's. It wasn't easy, but I did it. If I can do it, you can too. I did not mean for this video to be 20 minutes long, but that's what I had to say. And I told myself, like, in let's start now. Let's not wait till 2020 to, you know, make videos and be apologizing like, okay, my camera died, I have a cell phone, let's do it, let's get it. Stay positive. I love y'all. Thanks for hanging on with me. Y'all the realest. I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.